Now let's go on to the next topic, which is near and dear to my heart, which is There Goes My Heart for James Gandolfini, the soprano star who died the other night in Rome. I did a show yesterday where I told you that he probably overindulged after getting off the plane and blew a clot and had a heart attack. Well, you don't have to be a genius to have figured that out, but it took the media 2 days and a waiter in Rome to conclude that Michael Savage was right again. Came out today, and I'm not gloating over this. I think he was a fine actor. I know nothing about him personally, but it's an interesting story because he was bigger than life to many people who loved The Sopranos, and he lived large, he lived big, he lived like the character he was, and he died the way he lived. He didn't constrain himself in any way, but what did he actually have for his Last Supper before he dropped dead? According to sources in Rome, published in the New York Post, Gandolfini ate in Rome's Trastevere neighborhood, outdoors. We have pictures of it from the Post on michaelsavage.com. It looks very nice. Typical, al fresco dining outdoors. It looks nice till you're there. And you look carefully in the picture. Next to him is a woman on a cell phone. Behind him is a crowd milling about. Next to him is a middle-aged woman drinking too much wine. No, thank you. I'll accept takeout food. But what did he actually eat at his Last Supper that killed him? Well, the Post has learned he guzzled 4 shots of rum, 2 pina coladas, and 2 beers at dinner with his son, while he chowed down on 2 orders of fried king prawns and then topped it off with a large portion of foie gras, which is perhaps the worst thing you could ever eat in the history of the world. The Emmy Award winner, according to this article, had attended several AA meetings on Perry Street in the West Village, but people who saw him there, quote, didn't think that he was serious about getting sober, unquote, said a source familiar with the matter. I can confirm he has been known to blow lines and drink like an Irish sailor on weekend leave, quote, unquote, said another source to the New York Post. Photos of Gandolfini in Rome show the actor looking haggard in the days leading up to his death. And he spent a lot of the time with a drink in his hand. Hours before he keeled over for a massive heart attack, the actor sat down for a 7 p.m. meal with his son, Michael, 13, at a Rome hotel's outdoor restaurant. How did he eat? Now, we don't know what he had before he got there. Gandolfini, age 51 and weighing over 300 pounds or 280, first ordered a pina colada with 2 additional shots of rum on the side. So what does that tell you? It tells you he couldn't wait to blot his mind out. He followed it up with an identical round, another pina colada and 2 side shots of rum. Sounds like a joke then. He downed 2 beers. He then ordered back-to-back orders of fried prawns slathered with mayonnaise chili sauce, as well as a heaping portion of foie gras. He ate the entire meal himself. His son had his own dinner and 2 virgin pina coladas, the source said. Well, what can we say? What can we say? About 3 hours later, his son finds his dad in cardiac arrest in the 4th-floor room. 6 men carried the bare-chested actor, who was wrapped in a blanket, out of the room. Paramedics in Italy frantically worked on him on the ride to Umberto Hospital, where doctors spent 40 minutes trying to save him before pronouncing him dead. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. The burly actor was loved by all who knew him, and no one had a bad word to say about him. But he had very serious addictions that first surfaced during his 2002 divorce from his first wife, Wadarsky, who claimed in court documents that he'd go on benders that included kinky sex with other women. She also said in the filings that he did cocaine with some Sopranos castmates. This is all from the New York Post, so don't blame me. Gandolfini filed a countersuit claiming Wadarsky, the former wife, was mentally unstable. Anyway, look, the thing I'm trying to tell you is that I told you, and I want to prove that I'm right. I live only to prove that I'm right about everything. Because if you can't trust me on health issues, then how can you trust me on anything? And since I'm always right on health issues, then I'm usually right on political issues. On to the next topics. Sopranos' Last Supper. There's nothing you could say about it. And by the way, last night I tied it into a brilliant topic, which was, do you want to live forever? Would you want immortality? That was a great call.